such an asshole.
How you kids doing? Sick Cappy here. All poor babies can be emailed to assholeconsulting.com. And if you're a dude, because most of you are, you could send all your get well wishes, like choke on a bag of dicks, die, and other masculine comments. You may tweet me on the Twittergrams. All right. Hey, Cappy, just want to hear your take on this situation and the prospective professions, considering the fact that my expertise is limited to electronics and military service. People in the military get a discount. My brother has expressed a desire in possibly pursuing a career as an occupational therapist or a career as a school principal. How much does he hate children? Does he hate children like a lot? Then he should become a principal. Rather than talk my head off with him, I'd figure I'd shoot you an email and get your thoughts on it. For further insight into the situation, my brother is currently employed as a special education teacher. Okay, so let's be very, 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 very clear what your brother is. He is a babysitter. When I taught in the public schools, I was a substitute teacher. You did special ed. You know what special ed is? You're babysitting all the kids. Now, it depends. Sometimes the kids were just, they didn't have dads. They were misbehaving. That's it. That's all it was. There wasn't anything special about them. Then there was, no joke, literally mentally impaired. I remember my job was to put on a glove one time and prevent this one student from biting off his finger. That was my job for that entire morning. Don't you dare, not you, sir, but don't any of you people tell me out there that the public schools is nothing more than babysitting. Because probably some 48-year-old woman decided she was going to have a kid then. Out came this kid missing a couple screws and some genetics. And now the taxpayer, I won't say which school district, had to go and pay me among somebody else for 13 years because this kid needs an education. This kid, I mean, he was gone. He was gone. He was mentally impaired. There was nothing wrong with him. He's just mentally impaired. You're just using the schools for basically, in that case, specialized care. And so special education teachers, you just say you're babysitters. Just say you're babysitters. That's it. That's all you are. You're babysitters. More so than the regular teachers who are also babysitters, but you are really babysitters. He also has a half-ass license and a thing. Okay. Okay, so he majored in special education, and then he went and got this half-ass license and a thing. So already you're telling me your brother lacks any kind of real work ethic. He'll do something, he'll get a certification as long as it isn't hard, right? As long as there's no hard work. And that's exactly the type of person I want to become, a principal and heading up a public school, which technically I'm wrong in that regard. Because the public schools, the NEA or your particular state education, so the NEA, National Education Association, they love lazy, stupid people. They want those to be the leaders. So he'd probably make a great principal. Someone who's lazy, doesn't want to really work hard. Holy cow, teachers embodified. Be our leader. Show us how to slack. And make sure that he hates kids. Otherwise, he can't become a principal. Utilizing it by working for... he works weekends and breaks during the school, which is good. That's a good work ethic. Financially, he's doing pretty well. Not a ton of money, but a decent amount. He has enough savings to fund his tuition and support himself throughout the duration of his studies. So do you think he is better off continuing his current path or pursuing occupational therapy or becoming a principal? Also, what is your opinion on the special education as a career field? It's not a career. It is such a, you are just babysitting children. I know there's special education, just as there's early childhood education. All education degrees are a joke. They're there to make stupid people in high school think they're intelligent by getting a degree, going back to school to teach and babysit. There's nothing, no. It's not, I mean, it's employable. There's jobs there because, again, I don't know if I've said this enough. Parents don't want to raise their kids, so there will always be demand for schools, even in Republican districts. Just because there's a Republican next to their name and R next to their name doesn't mean they want to raise their kids. They want that stuff out. And I would say it's going to be a growth industry because all the precious moms of America, and they can't have a normal kid. Their kid has to be special, has to be mentally impaired because it can't possibly be crappy parents raising their kids wrongly. And that's why the kid has blown is acting up or has got a mental issue. Nope. He's got the hit to his. Give him drugs. Your job as a special education teacher is to be responsible for the child the parents don't love and don't want to raise. There you go. And in case, not always the wife, but generally the mom wants to feel extra special that her child has special needs. Oh, they can't wait to get that diagnosis. Then they're not a bad mom. They're not a bad parent. It's the hid to his. He's got the depressions like 80 other percent of the kids whose parents also don't raise them. So he's fine. Special ed, but he get masters in special education. Blah, 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 blah. BBB. So I looked it up. Both of them pretty much require a master's degree. So occupational therapist, I keep hearing about it. I'm also suspicious of it because I look at the quality and caliber of people. I'm going to become an occupational therapist, which is like, I don't want to become a real nurse. That's how I always interpreted it. Occupational therapists treat patients who have injuries, illness, or disabilities through the therapeutic use of everyday activities. Bobby ba, booby doo, booby boo. And you need a master's degree. The median pay is $85,000 a year. I honestly think he could make more than that. Just if he was working as a teacher, there's his 50, right? And then if you just want to work as a bartender or work summers, he can make that amount of money. He doesn't have to go get a master's degree. Being a principal, what does an average principal make? Elementary, middle, and high school principals. Master's degree, they make another $13,000 a year, almost $100,000, which is $100,000 too much. I guess someone's got to manage the babysitters. I guess there's a managerial class. I guess you got to be chief babysitter, chief indoctrinator, right there, Princeys. Man, knowing what I know now about principals, I would have. I can't say what I would have done to the principals. Knowing that I'm a kid and they were an adult, that there were certain rules that they wouldn't be able to do, I would have done some things. Yeah, I'll be perfectly honest. Maybe your brother, maybe he's a good lefty. Maybe he enjoys the stupid people. Maybe he enjoys teaching. I can't imagine because when I was there, the admin, the state, I got called in the principal's office more as an adult than I did it as a kid. It's an impossible situation. It's highly politicized. And he wants to be in charge of that. He wants to be in charge of the teachers, disciplining the kids, man. No way. No way. But maybe he, maybe he does want to do that. I don't know. Problem is, like, why are you making this decision for him? Why am I making this decision for him? Why are you paying for the consultation for me to help this kid out? I do occupational therapy before I do teaching. And it has nothing to do with the money or anything. It's just like, well, I want to teach in the public. Not at all. Not at all. No way. No way. I will grant one agreement with the teachers, and that is they have to deal with the most warped, political, disgusting group of people, the education department at the state. I cannot imagine what that's like. Because I've known good teachers. I've had them as friends. But I just listening to what they've said and seeing when I used to teach and have what I deal I was a sub. I was a sub. All these complaints, like, will you really? Really? I remember this one principal. Man, I can't say it. I should have done some things. I'm like, what? What? This is over 20 years ago. I'm like, what? Okay. We don't think we could have you teaching in this district. Don't worry, I won't sign up for it next time. Holy cow. See you later, buddy. Should have told those kids. I'm sorry, this is your principal, kids. I'm sorry. This is truly a dumbass over here. I would argue beg your parents to be homeschooled. That's what I should have said right in front of his face. See if I could get him to punch me. Oh, guess you're going to jail, Princey. Yeah, I wouldn't hang my hat at the schools. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'd go anywhere else. But the occupational therapist, yeah, okay. Yeah. Look, can we just agree he ain't gonna be an engineer. He's not gonna become a CPA. He just wants to mail it in, right? Oh, occupation sounds something easy I can do. What's the next easy thing I could do to just perpetuate my laziness? All right, okay, occupational therapy. There we go. All right, any super chats? Wholesome DJ Aftershock, $2. Bronchitis, you need government handout. I know. I was oppressed by the other peoples. We'll just start calling them the other peoples. That way we don't have to really go through all the, well, what are you? Hispanic, Jewish, black, female? What? No, I got oppressed by who? The other peoples? Oh, those other peoples. Don't start me about the other peoples. I hate those guys. Oh. Long time grudge. Yeah. Yeah. I'm taking it easy. I'm lying down. I've been sleeping 10 to 12 hours a day. Not a day, at night. At night. Thankfully, I don't cough at night, so that's good. All right. More on the way. See you guys later. Toodles.